Speaking loud of nowhere things rolling through my brain, killing me.
Hello vinyl freaks, it's the Danish record hunter here, and in this video I will showcase 3 albums and a few 45s from 3 different bands. So let's get into it. The first one is Klaus and Servants with From the Heart of Klaus and Servants. So let's get into it.
Coldness I've never felt before, drowning in an endless dream, rolling through my brain.
So this record, I think most people in Denmark, especially if you grew up in the 70s and 80s, you know about this band, and it's sort of an entertainment act. They're still playing to this day, and the music, it's like this pop Schlager stuff, and I think most people don't take them seriously. But they actually released this record in 1973. It's their second record, and because of their reputation, I think that collectors today they're neglecting this record. But there's actually some good stuff on here, and I remember I was very intrigued by this record. Wanted to listen to it because there was a 7-inch that they put out around the same time, with a B-side track called Revenge, and that track is like sort of a heavy glam track, and I thought, okay, if that track is from this album, then there must be something else to it. So I had to listen to the record, and there was more to it than that. The thing that is very interesting here is that the leader of the group, called Klaus Strandholm, he was good friends with Claus Böhling, and he was the guitarist from the heavy psychedelic power trio called Hurdy-Gurdy, and he also became a member of Secret Oyster, this jazz fusion group. So they were friends, and yeah, Claus Böhling is guesting on this record, but he was uncredited. So if you're interested in the Danish progressive rock scene with bands such as Hurdy-Gurdy and Secret Oyster, then you should definitely check out this record, because it's a Claus Böhling that played the guitar on some of the tracks here. And actually, Klaus and Servants, they were very good musicians. You know, it's not Claus Böhling all over the place. Also, the other musicians, they do their stuff very well. You know, there's some great drums and great organ work, and also some great guitar playing that is not Claus Böhling, you know. So style-wise, this is like sort of teeny bopper kind of glam. Teeny bopper meets glam meets psychedelic rock even, because the one track that is like very mind-blowing for Klaus and Servants is the track called Strange Feelings. That one, it starts out as a very serious kind of psych ballad with some piano, and then it just goes into this upbeat section with Claus Böhling's guitar work, and then it goes back into the ballad section, and it ends with some jazz noodling, you know. It's a very cool track. It's a real like overlooked nugget from the Danish music scene, because this record is so overlooked. I think that collectors that are looking for this kind of music, they wouldn't look for it on an album by Clouds and Servants. Then of course there's the track Revenge, and it's just a cool track. Some of the other stuff is more like laid back and poppy, but still there's some great playing. And for an example, the track called Sweet Sweet Lady, there's some great vocal harmonies there. So it really showcased how good the band actually was in their heyday. I've even heard that the group, they actually recorded some stuff that sounded like Pink Floyd, but they were already put into a box of playing Clouds and Servants kind of music, like pop rock and some Schlager. So they never got to release that other stuff, but they were actually capable of doing it. So it's just sad. Maybe actually Klaus Strandholm, he has some tapes of those old jams and recordings that they did, which didn't fit the bill of Clouds and Servants. So maybe one day he's gonna release it. I hope so. I would really like to hear it, because after listening to this record, I believe that this band could do what they wanted if they were allowed to, and they weren't. But I think they had a little bit more of freedom on this record to do what they wanted compared to their other albums. I think there's like a later album from the 70s, which I've heard a song from that sounded kind of interesting, but in a very cheesy way. So I'm gonna look for that one, maybe talk about it one day. But let's listen to some samples from this record.
Whenever I feel the world is getting me down, and my head is spinning round and round, the loving way she takes me in her arms makes me feel that life's worth living. Trying to tell how much it means to me, you can't in a way compare her to a key. It's fitting the door that leads you to a world with endless love and understanding. Sweet, sweet lady, sweet, sweet lady. That little girl to forget her lover's dead. She was only 14 when they fell in love. No one could have seen the end was up above. She just got to know through the radio. Two trains crashed together and not a one survived. Help that little girl. Now the moon is shining, I can see a silhouette. Just a few more steps, and I have them in my hands, begging for your life. Won't help you a bit. This is the last word you'll hear before you die. Revenge, revenge, revenge,
Next we have Rulle Marie's Rock Race, and they released this single, the first release they did. They also released a record, but I'll get to that one. I actually listened to the record first, and I was very surprised. So I thought I'm gonna have to listen to this single too. It's from 1977. It's the year before the record. So I thought maybe this is gonna be some raw stuff. I was really hoping for some hard, funky tracks, maybe some classic rock, heavy rock kind of stuff on here. But yeah, the A-side track, Funky Patty, that is sort of like a funky, disco-tinged instrumental. It has a nice guitar sound on it, but I was a little bit let down by it. And I was let down even more by the B-side track, Down on the Corner. I really hoped that it would be a real B-side track, but it's just like, didn't really do it to me. But anyway, let's listen to Funky Patty. And next we have the record by Rullemaries Rockdays. That was the first like stuff I heard from this band, and my expectations, they were just very low because look at this sleeve. I don't know what I had expected, you know. But I was really surprised because they're very good musicians, you know. There's some very good guitar work on here and just good, you know, good stuff. Also, it's a bit cheesy here and there, but I was really surprised. And you know, it's a bit loony at times. I think the band, you know, they had some humor and they were just like playing around. And you know, just think about a track called Dracula is Back. That one I'm gonna listen to every Halloween from now on because it's the sort of like party Halloween track. Dracula is back, and it has some atmospheric sections, which is pretty cool. Love the drumming on there, and also there's a track like UFO, which has some very cheesy synths. It's sort of like, I don't know, maybe a little bit Blue Oyster Cult style-wise, but then again, not that much. I don't know. Also, it has sort of like a disco feel to like a track called It's Only Me. But then again, also some hard rock, kind of classic rock songs. I think it's a track called What Do You Do With a Dual Sack or something like that. Yeah, it's actually a really cool record, so I hope you will enjoy this one. It is not as cheesy as the record sleeve or the band name, Rullemaries Rockdays, you know. They were singing in English and they did a good job. Also, the band, they were from the northern part of Jutland, and I think actually this one sounds pretty like international to me. But then again, there was a lot of groups in northern Jutland that sounded like very international. For example, Lisa or Liza, you know, they were probably the ones that really peaked when it came to that. But anyway, let's have a listen to some samples from Rullemaries Rockdays.
Built when
And the last band I'm gonna talk about is DC Army Band. And this is their first single from 1977, and it's on the L Sound label. The band, they were from Helsingør in northern Zealand, and this single, it's sort of like a heavy rock single. The A-side track, I can explain, it's more like some more commercial kind of, maybe prog-tinged. It's the B-side track that is cool here. Magic in the Air, and that's like a heavy rock song, sort of like second or third rate Deep Purple. I still like it. The production, however, is crap, you know. It's really a bad production. The drums, it really sounds like cardboards on here, and I like very poor man's production, you know. I like that, but on here it gets a little too muddy and very bassy, you know. So there's lots of instruments and riffs that don't really have like the power that it needed. So I think that's a real letdown, is the production. But otherwise, I love the sleeve. That's when I see a sleeve like that, I'm just thinking, wow, okay, this must be something. And Magic in the Air, it's a cool B-side track, but the production is crap. But anyway, let's have a listen to it.
I got this kind of feeling, you don't love me no more. I find it hard to believe it, but the show must go on. There's my magic in the air. I hear my heart go on bleeding.
And next we have the second single by DC Army Band from 1978, and this one has better production, really. Also the guitar work on here, it's good, you know. They really did some great stuff on here. I actually like this single more than the first one. If the first one had a better production, then probably I would have liked this more, but this one, it sounds good. There's some great guitar work. And see the band posing in front of Kronborg Castle in Helsingør, so you can really see where they were from in Denmark. But it's a cool one, and yeah, I was really not having any like great expectations for this, because around the same period the band, they appeared on this pop compilation with a song called, let's see here, it's on the other side. I think it was called, I'll find it, I totally forgot it, but it's here. Emily is the name of the song, and it's of what I can remember, just like a ballad, a very poppy ballad. And I thought it was gonna be the same kind of stuff that was in the single, but this is rockier, but also very commercial. But the guitar work, when the guitars they arrived there, you know, it's good. I was really surprised. So let's have a listen to the B-side track, Shy Susie.
Clap your hands now, come on and listen to the music. To the music.
last but not least, we have the full-length record by DC Army Band from 1980, and this one I really like. You know, it's AOR. It sounds like Toto. Actually, sounds very international. I'm pretty sure that if they were on a major label and put this out in the US, it would have done well. I'm pretty sure. Also, maybe if they dressed a little better too. But actually, this is quite cool. I think actually the band looks maybe a bit more cool on this picture, which is the inner sleeve. And the sleeve itself, I don't know what this looks like, but the music is good. I really like the music on here. It's this cheesy AOR, but there's a great guitar sound, I think. It's also a bit pompous. There's some very pompous kind of keyboard work on here, which reminds me a little bit of Europe, this kind of very pompous style. But otherwise, it's great. I really like it, and also the vocals. Let me see the vocals. They were done by Søren Launbjerg. I checked him out on Discogs, and he was like contributing to singing on the Danish version of the soundtracks for the Disney films Mulan and Lion King. I'm not sure which tracks, but he contributed to those, and he has this like very vocal, easy to listen to, and also he came from a musical background. So yeah, he's great. He's doing his job on here, and it's just if you can accept this AOR style. I'm typically not a big fan of AOR, but I like some records that are AOR. My favorite is Hughes Frawl with Glenn Hughes and Pat Frawl. Really like that one. It's not that this is that similar, but it's cool. I really like it. So let's have a listen to some samples from the record.
I'm looking on and I've got no bread, but at least I try.
So now you've heard how this album sounds, but the last track, it's sort of a surprise because it's called I Hate It, and it was written by Tracy Graham, and he was a member for a short while in this band, I think, but then he's not credited as like, he was playing the bass and writing the songs for them, and probably he left the band just afterwards, so he's not like seen as a permanent member. But Tracy Graham, he was from England, and he came from a punk rock background and was a member of a punk rock group called Jets or something like that. And they also put out a 7-inch in I think 1979. So it was this raw punk rock stuff that he came from, and he, you know, played like classic rock AOR on this record. But the last track, I Hate It, that's really a true anti-climax, you know, because it's total punk rock. It's a live recording, and it's Tracy Graham's song. It's just like it's why, but it's cool. It really makes this record a weird release. But yeah, let's just have a listen to the last track of the record.
It's a song called I Hate It.
So I hope that you liked what you heard, and please check out my channel in the next coming days, because I'm gonna be putting out those records and 45s for you to listen to. So see you next time, and take care, and peace out.